unironically good soundtrack in my opinion. I really don't think it's that bad. It's definitely a Game Boy Advance soundtrack, without a doubt. But it's good. It's got a charm. The Game Boy was really good at, like, oh gosh, volume's still too loud on my end. That's better. Okay. So, oh man, this takes me back. So I did start a file here just to make sure that the ROM worked. I only played through, I think, the first level. Maybe I didn't even finish it. But this is okay. So this is nostalgia city right here for me. Like, so this is a video game of a show that has I don't know if I completely understand its origins. It's sort of like it's like a sci-fi show that like Lego tried to like sort of get into the action figure business with, and so they made all these action figures with like interchangeable parts, and well, like it was just bizarre. And so it was airing on TV when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and my grandmother would the stream might be dropping, I don't know. My grandmother would record VHS tapes of this show. And there's also a PC game of this, which looks, I mean, considering, you know, what like it is as a PC game, I think it's worse. Like, as far as Game Boy Advance games go, I don't remember this one actually being that bad, but of course, that's kind of the whole point of doing this little thing I'm doing here, is to see, was it really, are these games I remember from when I was a kid, are they really as good as I remember? Also, don't make any jokes about that. No, please don't make any jokes about that. I don't want to hear that. Let's get started. Slot 2, I guess. Bogues. Oh gosh, I remember those. I had a good handful of the toys of this when I was a kid. I definitely had Nick. I definitely had the villain. I had the egg. And I think I had that green guy there, Euripides, I believe his name was. I think I had a friend who had the robot and the blue fellow. I think that was about it, though. Oh man, just look at this, it's beautiful. That sprite work, those character portraits. Oh man. It's great. It's great. Oh man. Weird thing. The character momentum is definitely strange. It definitely takes a little bit to actually get going. It definitely behaves awkwardly. Oh. Okay. Again, the soundtrack. I think the Game Boy Advance did this kind of stuff really well. Mega Man Zero also has a lot of tracks that are sort of in this vein. So the game kind of has like something resembling I don't know, a parkour element, I guess. You can grab onto ledges. Gosh, the way the game handles momentum really is strange though. Like, oh man. Oh wow, I've actually died. That didn't... oh jeez. I wonder if this game is hard. I remember there being some stuff when I was a kid that was like difficult to figure out, but I don't know if I remember it actually being challenging in terms of the actual platformer-isms. the sliding maneuvers are definitely interesting. You can see that in the PC version as well. Wasn't there a floating platform here? Yes, there was. A leap of faith. I love it. I love that. It's my favorite part. Favorite part of platformers. That was a problem a lot of platformers had on the GBA, I think, was that... oh? Okay, so here's where the interchangeable pieces of the action figures comes in. All of... So basically, the idea of the show was that you had... Nicholas Bluetooth is his name, because, you know, it was early 2000s, late 90s, whatever. Like, Millennium Bug stuff was, like, all the rage in pop culture at the time. So, you know, computers were a big thing, and so it was really hip, you know, Nicholas Bluetooth. Goes to an alternate dimension with a map that his dad, grandfather left behind. So we, man, there's so much. There's so much to this game. It's so good. So you have all these abilities, right? You swap them around, just as you would with the action figures. You have all the you buy all the different action figures so that you can swap all the different pieces so that your characters can use the abilities from the show. It's the weirdest thing, the ability to trade limbs with people. It's like I was totally into it when I was a kid, but it's like it's the weirdest concept. I didn't know until like I watched a video pretty recently that was basically like this era of Lego with like Galidor and like things like some of the Lego Racers stuff. It was like it was like right before like I think a new CEO or something joined the company, and like that guy like almost ruined it before the new guy stepped in. Here's an interesting thing. Every level keeps track of your time. As far as I can tell from a quick Google search, this game has no speedrunning community, which this combined with the fact that that it has that element of the fact that this game both keeps track of your time and also has weird momentum stuff with its platforming. I know that this is like a really niche, like third-party, like no one's ever heard of this before. I mean, obviously some people have. I've heard of it, but it's still surprising. Like the fact that like Animorphs has a speedrunning community, and it seems like this game has just completely gone under the radar. Again, I don't think it's that surprising. Oh. So your combat option, the only one that you really have, if you lose your glitch, is this slide. And there's not really a terrible lot of use for it. Okay, let's get that, whatever that is. Oh, wait, there was something else over here. This game is so weird, I love it. I don't know what these red things are supposed to be, or why they allow us to spring upwards. I assume it's like a heat exhaust from the ground. I don't know why that wouldn't like kill him. Oh, yikes! I'm starting to remember some things. I think oof. I shouldn't say oof. I'll get made fun of for that. But I remember this. I remember. Oh man, I remember the water stuff in this not being super fun. Oh, but I'm not gonna give up. Certainly not without giving this a fair shake. Okay. Ugh, that sound is good. Okay. So, punch through. Go back into that mode. You see, it's actually, I think, pretty interesting. Like how they expect you to use all the different abilities in tandem with one another. Like already in the first level, they were like having us like swap between the punch and the legs. Now they're having us swap between the punch and the fish gills. And I know that like you know, whatever. It's basic game design, right? I really wish that there wasn't a time limit for the abilities. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, nobody's watching this. Nobody's watching this. That's not a problem, though. I didn't really expect anyone to. Okay, come on, come on! I don't even know if what I'm doing right now is mandatory, but I want to do it. I know it's, like, probably just absolutely ruining my time, but I'm not sure how much that actually matters. Oh, this was almost certainly just to collect, orange goo. I don't remember what the orange goo is. Like, I assume virtually everything in this is something from the television show, but I don't remember what this orange stuff is at all. Oh, I see, there's, like, water jets. That's what it is. I don't know if I assume, judging by the fact that this is where the game starts, I assume that this is the dimension where the first episode of the series takes place. I definitely remember that one. I don't know, though, like, this doesn't seem familiar, though, as far as locations from the shows, where the show goes. Out of the water. Okay. Oh, ooh, I'm remembering things. I think this is pretty rough. I think this is where we start finding frog people. And I think the I think the combat with them is kind of tricky. I don't remember the specifics of it, but I remember, you know, just feelings of bad. Okay. Oh, there's a frog fellow down there. Come on, do some movement. I'm probably gonna die. That's no good. Dying's bad. I haven't found the key. That was something I don't know if I made clear. I don't think I mentioned it at all. In the first level, we weren't able to exit without finding a little chute. Okay. We weren't able to exit the level without finding a little black and yellow triangle thing that is part of the key to the titular Galidor, which is basically like the ultimate, like, I don't really know exactly. It's the good place. There are in this universe many bad places. Like this. You got all kinds of spiky plants and things, but you're trying to get to Galidor, and Galidor is where the good stuff happens. I don't... There's so much from the show that I don't remember, but basically the gist of the show was Nick and all his buddies and this evil, like, cyborg thing called Gorm, and they're all traveling between these different alternate dimensions, and they're trying to find the key fragments, so that one of them can get into Galidor first. I don't know if the show... way too slow, dang it. I don't know if the show actually got far enough before it was cancelled. Oh man, this soundtrack is so good. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted by it, but it really is excellent. These visuals, on the other hand, I could do without. But I don't know if the show actually got far enough before it was cancelled that they actually got to Galidor. I probably watched less than half of the episodes of the show. A few years ago, I found a channel on YouTube that has a few episodes of the show, and I think now that channel has basically all of them. But I only watched a handful. I don't know if they actually, if the series ever got a real conclusion or not. Here's our key fragment. This one appears to be green for some reason. Oh, it's probably just a... what would you call it? It's probably just like a fake transparency effect, since the water's blue. Oh my gosh, the soundtrack! I'm sorry, but like it's, you know, it's probably just nostalgia, but at the same time, like, it's so good. Like, listen to those synthesizers. It's just, it's excellent. It really, okay. It's a little jank. Yeah, this is a third-party Game Boy game, right? Oh no, that was not what I wanted to do. You can't really walk when you're using frog legs. You're kind of forced to hop, even just during regular movement. Like, that's not just a different animation, it's fundamentally changing the mechanical aspects of the walk cycle. Like it's like Castlevania. Like, once I dedicate motion to a hop, like I don't know if you saw that, but like I can, oh, okay, yeah, you see, it's weird. But yeah, I can sort of do like a quick hop like that, where I only move a little bit, but it's definitely iffy to execute. Oh jeez. I was gonna say, I hope there's like a platform down here. Not really. Not really. Okay. This is, oh man, this is rough. Yeah, this is a game. This is a game. I appreciate that they put a platform down there, but man, this is level 3, and the game is already not really pulling punches. I think there's at least 4 worlds that contain 5 levels each. I'm not sure if the 5th world is like actually like a full world with 5 levels. The 5th world might just be the final boss fight with Gorm. That might be all that it is, but I really don't remember. Okay. We're definitely, we're seeing some of the limitations here, I think, of the Game Boy. The relatively low frame rate, or, maybe frame rate's not the right word, but, you know, I don't know, is it still tick rate if it's not online, or is there a different term for that? Ooh, I remember this. This is good. Ooh. This is memorable. This is memorable. I have a few more anecdotes about the show and such, but I don't know if I really want to mention stuff like that until we get to the relevant areas of the game. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's like, oh man. That's the kind of stuff that I remember from this game and games like it from the Game Boy Advance era. Those, it's just weird. That's so cool. I probably shouldn't have just sat around wasting energy for that while it ran out. But like, I know that like obviously stuff like that still exists in like indie games and things, but just like those combinations of weird sound design and like I'm not sure if it was only on screen for a real quick moment, but like that's a literal spring. That thing that was a literal spring. The way that the enemies just turn into like a red static when they get hit by that thing, it's just... This always confused me. This looks like little origami pieces, and I'm pretty sure I could recognize that even as a kid. I assume it's supposed to be like scrap metal or something, but it really just kind of looks like paper. And I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. Okay, there's a platform down there. Okay, now they're combining the laser and the legs. So, jump, laser. Look at that! That's so cool! That's such a cool visual effect. I love it. Ooh, that's rough. I don't want that. I don't want the legs. I would much rather skip leg day, as the kids say, than use those big beefy amphibian. I had a joke, but it left me. Okay, let's grab that. It's the ledge grabbing is not very consistent. It is not at all. Across little mini boss here. Oh, I think I remember what we gotta do. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. Okay, that's what we gotta do. Gotta wait for him to suck. There's a joke there. I'm not clever enough to make it. I feel like I'm above that sort of humor. I know in truth that I'm not, but I like to keep up at least some semblance of, I don't know, false performative maturity. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I need more leg. I need that absolute turtle territory. That's not funny. I'm so sorry. Wow. I'm bad. That's kind of... I think they've done that in it, like I think every level, except the first one, they've done that. Is they just put the key fragment right in front of the exit. Ooh, I remember this guy. Ooh. Gorm protects me so you cannot hurt me. If only I could deflect his powers, that would defeat him. Okay, I remember this. I remember this boss fight. There's little mirrors in here that we gotta do something with. Okay, I remember. We have to destroy the barriers around the Okay, so here we go. So there's one bit of damage. There's two. You see, this is good stuff. This is good. This is good. It's a Game Boy game. What do you want? I shouldn't be giving my verdict so early on. But like, it's not awful so far. Ooh, I remember that from the show. It's just like a swarm of drones. I don't know if I remember exactly what they were. So here's our friend, Euripides. What was he? What was Euripides? Let's find out real quick. Once it gets out of this, I'll look up what Euripides was. Or what? Who? I'll look up who Euripides was. Who was Euripides? Euripides. He was a tragedian. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but essentially a playwright. I think. Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, he was a playwright. He wrote tragedies. Cool. Cool stuff. Neat. Neat things. Interesting. Dreegel Vin is the name of this level. Okay, so here's my next anecdote. There is an episode of the show. I mean, there's many episodes of the show. Oh, there's that static effect again. I love it. There's many episodes of the show which take place in each of the dimensions. But there's one particular episode that takes place in this dimension right here. Basically, Mr. Bluetooth and all his little friends, they're hanging out here in Dreegel Vin. Hanging out's not really the perhaps right way to say it. And they're doing something a bit more serious than just hanging out. Wanted, huh? We're a criminal. Did you know this game is a legalist propaganda? It's true. Okay. I'm not sure if I remember how to do this. I think we need to charge it. Yep, that's how that works. This soundtrack is so good! But the anecdote. Mr. Bluetooth and all his friends, they're hanging out. Do I need to destroy that? Is that something I need to destroy? I don't think so. They're all hanging out here in Dreegel Vin. And they get, like, hit by lightning or something. Essentially, a second parallel universe version of Mr. Bluetooth here gets pulled in. And I don't know if he's from the future or if he's just from, like, if he's essentially just a better version of Bluetooth. But basically, it's a version of Mick who has, like, already done, like, a bunch more stuff. He's already gotten a bunch more key fragments, and I think there's even a little bit in the episode where he says he got the same one, but he like took a different strategy and basically like was way better at it than the incarnation of Mr. Bluetooth, who is actually the main character of the story. And basically, the universe, right? Like that's a sci-fi thing, you know. The universe is itself a sentient thing, right? Okay, I see. Oh well, whoa! I don't think that was supposed to work like that, but it did, so I'm happy. You know, the universe in science fantasy tends to be a sentient thing with its own whims. And so the universe basically tries to self-correct and eliminate the extra Bluetooth. And because the main character of the series, that incarnation of Nick is inferior, the universe, when it self-corrects, tries to get rid of that Nick and tries to keep the alternate universe Nick. Oh, this is rough. I know essentially what I'm supposed to do, but that doesn't mean I like it. I definitely remember this. Oh my gosh! Did you see that? I was right on the edge. That's amazing. That's great. I'm really glad I didn't mess that one up. 'Cause I don't know. If I messed that up too many times, that probably would have been the end. That would have been as much patience as I really had. And so the whole episode is basically Nick, a couple of his friends, and the better Nick. And they're all sort of like they're going through this dimension here that this level takes place in. And basically better Nick has already done all this stuff. And so it's like he is going through Groundhog Day. And everyone else besides original Nick is like, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. But original Nick is like skeptical and jealous. And basically, at the end of the episode, they send better Nick home. And that, I don't know. Like, despite this, like, clearly not being, like, you know, the most mature work of science fiction ever written, that was still, like something that, like, really perturbed young me. As, like, if there was someone who was literally just a better you, like, would you, like, really matter? Like, why wouldn't they just pick the better you? And, you know, like, oh geez, that might be death. Nope, it wasn't. Like, obviously, like, as an adult, you know, you view things like that differently. But, like, I don't know, that's still, it's scary stuff, man. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I think that's definitely not a problem unique to this particular playthrough of the game. I think that's definitely a problem I had when I was younger. Is that like this game? It's just difficult to navigate. I don't like this grappling hook stuff very much. Because the weird momentum stuff still definitely applies. And the fact that you can basically grapple onto anything is its own weird thing, right? It's not like Super Metroid, where there's, like, I need more grapple. Where's the grapple? Aw, if only you could grab the power-ups. It's not like Super Metroid, where there's clear, intended locations for you to use the hook. You can just go anywhere. And as much as, like that gives, I guess, a certain level of freedom, it's also, like, I mean, I've got some opinions about game design and such, right? Essentially, I like it when things have very clear intent. I like it when like there's even if a game is non-linear, I think it should have a certain level of like direction that's important to me. I understand why some people like just like the pure like complete open world thing. Okay, what's up with this? Why can't I grab onto these things? Like I'm not even hearing the sound effect. These are clearly things that I'm not supposed to be able to grab, but there's literally nothing in the game to communicate why that should be a thing I can't grab. That doesn't... oh jeez. gosh! What? Okay. So that looked like a glitch. Gosh. Really strange. Not the best game. Yeah, what's up with that? Why can't I grab that? Is there any reason? I can't grab the moving platforms either. I don't want to give up yet. I don't, that's not what I want to do. I'm not a quitter, I swear. I could go a level further with that joke, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. So I've gotten a refill. Let's see. Is there, okay, so this is the room that just had the orange stuff. The tang. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's try and get up on this platform. Maybe this is the way forward. Clearly not. If only things were that simple. Alright, so... it appears that this area right here is the way forward. This is the progress. It's not clear to me, though, how I'm supposed to progress. Because I can't grab onto that. None of this is grabbable. Arbitrarily, seemingly. None of the ceiling is grabbable. Again, seemingly completely arbitrary. I don't believe there's any, like, Super Mario Bros. 2 jump in this game. And I don't think there was anywhere for me to get legs. Let me go back a little bit. Maybe there was. Maybe I'm supposed to go over here, and somewhere over here is a pair of legs to use. Clearly not here. There's no legs here. There are legs out here. It's the eternal question. Are there legs out here? Are we human, or are we legs? This is not funny. I'm not a comedian. I'm sure this has become quite evident at this point. And now I'm really just up a creek without a paddle. I've lost my gosh dang grappling hook. So it seems like the gun here that we've got is basically just to get through these lasers. I don't think there's any real reason for the gun to be for anything else in this area. I don't think there's a puzzle. I wonder if it really just is that they didn't really think out what they were doing with the platforming here. Because, like, already that, what I just did right there, is kind of... what? So, okay, for some reason that worked. I don't know why using the grappling hook on that ceiling worked that time, when literally every other time I've tried to attach the hook to that ceiling, it has not worked. But it worked, for some reason. I don't know why that happens. I don't know why sometimes the hook hits it and doesn't actually attach, despite making the sound. Okay, so now it's not working. was working before. Okay, so wait until the... Oh man, I'm losing my... This is so bad. This is not a good game, I'm sorry. I'm not giving up yet, but this is not good. The game is not even close to communicating what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing now, but the game is clearly not interested in communicating these things to the player. Okay, so I need to get on this platform. I need to wait for that thing to pass, and now, for some reason, when I'm far away I can grab the ceiling, but not when I'm close. And then I need to swing around and get up here. And gosh, I can't even imagine if I had died before getting to that checkpoint. This is rough. It's rough. Wow, that was a tune. Ooh. This is good. This is... Oh my gosh, that's... Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. Is that really what's going on here? So here we have another combination puzzle, of course, but that was probably the worst incarnation of it that I've seen thus far. I love that static effect. That's, if I do, I have another Twitter account now. Oh, it's so good. I like how there's different colors for the different types of enemies. It probably just draws from their palette, but I still think it's neat. Maybe not, because that guy's just red and orange, and his static just seems to be black and white. You see, because the game... You see, okay, that ticks me off. So the game has the thing, right? It has the thing like in Super Mario Brothers and stuff, right? Where you look down by ducking, you can see what's below you, right? But you can't actually look down far enough to know whether there's a pit there. Is there anything down here? I want to know. I want to make sure that, like, okay, it's just a tang. No key. That's, oh man, there's so much wrong. Like, not all of it is like just completely, like, damning, but there's a lot wrong with this game. Like, so what I was saying before is the game allows you to look down, right? Like, I'll show it here. So, this is as low as we can go, where I'm looking right now. There is a bottomless pit down there that will kill the player, and there's literally no way of knowing it. Also, oh shoot. Also, this seems like logically, this puzzle I'm doing right now should have come before the other one, because this one had a much simpler solution. Both of them, it was completely unclear that there was a bottomless pit there without trial and error. A leap of faith, everyone's favorite. But that one, at least the solution was simpler, because you didn't need to grab the laser as you swung. You could just get it once you landed on the platform safely. This is rough. This is not a good game. I assume the key is over here. This is too long of a path to not have the key in it. Oh my gosh. I assume I need to do this. Key? No. Down there? No. Okay, I'm dead. Cool. I love it. I love it. It's so good. So good. Okay, so it looks like, oh no, oh my gosh. I think I do need to go this way. I don't think this was an optional path. I think I need to get this and go this way and die. If anyone's wondering what that thing in the corner is, above the game title there, the little face, that is actually a McDonald's toy of our main character. Isn't it beautiful? It's so great. It's so lovely. I love him. Okay. So this... Oh my gosh, so you can't grab onto that. So the first time that I found something I couldn't grab onto, it just seemed like complete nonsense. Okay. The game has no rules. That's what I'm learning. Okay, here's the key frame. Nice. The game seems to have literally no rules. Sometimes you can grapple onto things, and sometimes you just can't. And there's no rhyme or reason. It's just how it works. And that's the end of the level. 18 minutes and 51 seconds. I believe every level up until this point has only taken about 3 minutes. Drigelvin, level 2. We're only on the second level of this one. Just in case I don't actually finish this, if anyone's curious what the other levels are, I know there's a snow level, and there's sort of like a factory or like military bunker level. Am I stuck? Is that... oh no, I just need to... Sick dance moves. Sick dance moves. This is so bad. This is not fun. Oh no. Oh, I forgot about... oh. I had the toy of this one. I remember this. It's the flight power-up. You get to dodge lasers and do a... You know what this is? This is the closest analog that I can think of in a much better game, of course. This is essentially... oh my gosh, I can't really turn around. See that? Can't turn around. Can't turn around in midair. This is basically a significantly worse version of the parrot box in Donkey Kong Country. That's what this is. It's a significantly worse version of that. I hate it. Thanks. I hate it. You know, it's not funny when you do the meme after you say the things. You have to do the meme first. Or else it's not funny. Okay, that was close. I probably would have died. Oh, okay, so... we're learning. We're dying. I don't know what killed me. It was whatever it was way off screen. Just the way this game uses momentum, the way it uses camera, just there's nothing about this that isn't weird. The visuals are weird, but they're good. The gameplay's iffy. It has strong moments. There's little moments where it makes sense. What I was going to say before I died was it appears as though the distance... It looks like the way the grappling hook works is essentially the distance between us and the hook, in other words, whatever we're grappling onto, determines how far we go. Like, see that? See how far we move? it was significantly further the time that I first got up here and died, which was why it was rather shocking. Nice! If that enemy hadn't been there to break my fall, I probably would have died. Probably would have just gone down a bottomless pit. Okay. I think it's, oh, never mind. I was gonna say, I think it's been a little while since we found a shortcut, but I'm pretty sure that's what that sound effect was a shortcut active. Are those orange things health pickups? I haven't realized yet if that correlates at all. Oh, yikes. Okay. Oh, please don't fall. They look like the kind of platform that might. They don't. Okay. Oh, it's flight. I do like the way that the levels, you know, the setting gradually changes. Like, it's not like you have, you know, one level that's, you know, the rock place, and then you have, I'm taking all kinds of damage, and then you have one level that's the trees, and then you have one level that's the factory. Like, when transitions like that happen between the levels, it's gradual. Like, in this one, I think we've seen the sort of, like, I don't know, gray, like, city area. We've seen the blue vents, and now we're seeing, like, the above ground, like, metropolis, and now we're dead. Ah, yes, I love to get eaten by drones. That's my favorite. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Even if they're supposed to be like flies or bats or something, like, the whole thing is that they're synthetic. So technically speaking, they are drones. Could you imagine just being, like, picked apart by a drone swarm? Oh my gosh! This series has accurately predicted the climate politics today, right now. See, what's happening is we are Nicholas Bluetooth, techno-illegalist. This is a bad joke. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can get into this. But, like, we're a transhumanist techno-illegalist. And we're getting, like we're fighting off, you know, the evil robot overlords. I missed the key fragment. Where could it be? It's right here. What's even the point? What's even the point of hiding them? Of having there be a hidden object that you need to open the exit if you're just gonna put it right next to the exit almost every time? It's ridiculous. Is this the 3D level? Oh, I don't remember this at all. This I do not remember. I remember some of the other 3D levels. I think I pretty strongly remember the one that's going to show up in the 4th one. I don't know if I remember the 3rd one, but I do remember the one from the 1st world, and I'm pretty sure I remember the 4th. Let's see if I can keep that techno-illegalist joke going. So we're a transhumanist, techno-illegalist. We're fighting against our new robo-fascist overlords. The keys to Galidor symbolize the keys and the rules for rulers CPG grade radio. Because, like, obviously, like, you know, this was legal, it's very mainstream, it has to help some neoliberalism. You can't just go for, you know, like, actual transhumanist techno-legalists, or techno illegalists, elitist, legalist, same thing. This is not funny. This is not a funny joke. But, like, you have that. You have transhumanism. You have techno-legalists. You have, yeah, just in time. I almost ran out of flight power-up. So there's really only 3 platforming levels per world. So really, there's only, dang it, Depending, again, I don't remember if level 5 actually has platforming stages or if it's just a long boss fight, but there might only be 12 levels of platforming in this. Like drone swarms. How many drone swarms were there in Media before this? I mean, I'm not saying that, like, you know, Galidor was like an incredible, influential piece of meaningful science fiction. Oh, we can turn around over there, it just takes absolutely forever. When did this come out? I think it was like 2002? Makes sense. You know, the baggy jeans. I'm gonna fall in a bottomless pit. I don't have any. Oh, okay. That works too. It works much better than what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was bad. It's so late 90s, early 2000s. You have your character with the weird backpack. It's the sci-fi. You've got the baggy jeans, the tennis shoes. You've got the bad, I mean, very, very good, like sort of like 16-bit Eurodance music going on. This is it's such a powerful aesthetic. Also, I thought that was the laser, and that's why I wasn't going through that properly. Because I thought I was going to have to shoot one of those blue gates. It's just speaking of blue gates, there they are. It's hard to tell whether... Oh, this is floor. Okay. This is rough. This is getting pretty hard. This is... Okay, we got a shortcut. A shortcut. What is this, Dark Souls? We got a checkpoint. That's what those are called in normal games. I'm sorry. Earlier today, I played through all of Dark Souls Remastered in one sitting. That's not to brag. That's to show how badly video game habits are. I mean, I got a 3-day weekend. I deserve it at this point. I deserve to play Dark Souls for 3 hours and play shitty Game Boy Advance games for a couple hours on, you know, my 3-day weekend. What do I have a 3-day weekend for? President's Day, Memorial Day, I think. I don't know things. Oh my gosh, it's Mini Boss. So I assume this thing. I don't know how to tell this. Oh, you know what it is? When it opens. Oh, that's not a platform. When it opens, we can take it. Yep. When it opens, that's what it is. This is a game. We live in a society. That's not... There's no connection. That's not a joke. That's just... That was... And I'm dead. We're both dead. Me and the mini-boss. Simultaneous... Wow, that was like... I'm impressed by that synchronicity there. Like, that was kind of beautiful. Okay. So, like, wait till the thick mommy opens her baby chamber. I'm really forcing it. That's the only kind of thing. It's just forcing it. But we gotta wait till the thing opens, it's gaping to release its drone offspring. This is rough. I don't know if this slowdown is... I doubt it's purely emulation. I'm sure it didn't run very either. In fact, I'm nearly positive. key? Oh, there it is. That one's not glowing for some reason. Strange. Maybe it's been corrupted by the evildoers. Level 5. Okay, so this boss... I remember this one. This was a place in the game where I got pretty well stuck as a kid. And I might even get pretty well stuck here. So... I know... Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so once he does that little fancy maneuver there... Ouch. Once he does his little dash, then we can do our little... Ouch. Let's take it slow. Do things the... Oh, we got him on our first try. But yeah, that took me forever to figure out. Because the first boss was invulnerable. And they don't give you any kind of hint on that boss that we just defeated. So I didn't really have any reason to think that things changed. But they did. Because that boss is not invulnerable. And once... we got an award. Cool. Elta Siktar. So I assume this is the ice planet? Yes, it is. Planet. They're not... Oh, that's death. Okay. So that's kind of something weird, right? Is that... This ice symbolizes bottomless pit. But, like, every level so far has had a different signifier for common gameplay elements like bottomless pits. Like the first level just kind of had like I mean, it literally had a black bottomless pit. It was pretty simple, clear, what's the word? You know, like that's universal, right? You see a black bottomless pit, you're gonna be like, okay, that is obviously going to kill me. And I might be dead now. Ouch. You know, like that's like a universal symbol, right? Black bottomless pit in a video game. That's gonna be death. You're gonna die if you jump down there. Red is maybe not quite as universal, but it still sends, I think, a pretty clear message. You know? Like that's probably gonna be death. You've gotta... Don't... Okay, I was gonna say, if this is the beginning of the level again, I'm dead. Cool, love it. I love it. It's great. This is the beginning of the level again, though, isn't it? Yep. Ooh, this is rough. I definitely don't exactly remember this. Dang it. I definitely don't exactly remember this being an easy part of the game. In fact, I'm pretty sure it has a relatively lengthy section in one of these levels where, like, you basically just have to, like, grapple over a huge pit, and you have to, like, grab the same ceiling multiple times to get over it. Let's see. Okay. That's death. Ooh, that's death. You see, there's a... Alright, let me check something on this pit. Alright? Let me check this pit here. There's nothing underneath that. That one, the one that I just died in, there was clearly something that looked like floor there, so I was like, maybe, just maybe, this ice stuff, maybe this ice stuff is not signifying a bottomless pit. Maybe it's just this level layout's equivalent of, like, foliage, right? That seems reasonable. I mean, ice planet, you got ice everywhere. Dang it. Timing. get to the end. I'm gonna try to take it slow. I'm not gonna try to do the fancy parkour stuff that I assume the game wants me to because it times me. Take it slow. I'm gonna go down the slopes. I'm gonna wait until... and I'm gonna use my grapple. I'm gonna go down the slopes. Most of the slopes so far have had a flat surface at the beginning. So once I get to that, I'm gonna hang out on the flat surface. Oh my gosh. That's trash. I can't believe they expect you to go such a long stretch without a checkpoint. I think this is... I mean, I guess there were probably some in the first level of Dirigible Vin that were pretty long, and I mostly just didn't die to them out of, like, sheer luck, not falling into the bottomless pits. But, like... Okay. I assume there's a moving one? Yep. But this... I mean, this is the first stretch of the level, and there's, so far, not been a checkpoint. And it seems a little over the top. It seems like a little more... I mean, I guess, if my hypothesis that the fifth world is just a long boss fight is correct, then I guess we are at essentially the halfway point of the game, and it's not completely unreasonable. Okay, so get to the flat area. Great. So there's our checkpoint. So that time that we died a few attempts ago, we were like right in front of the checkpoint before we fell in the hole. BS. So, the B button... Oh, geez, I almost dropped my controller. The B button is... when you grapple onto something, up and down both are like a slow retract and whatever the opposite of retract is. B is a fast retract. B is also the button that you use to shoot out the hook in the first place. Meaning, oh no, swimming. Meaning that you need to be very careful that when you hit the B button to let out your hook, that you don't hold it for too long afterwards. You gotta be real quick with your taps, or else you'll start retracting your grapple hook after you latch on, which is oftentimes something that you don't necessarily want to do. Alright. There we go. These guys, I'm no expert. They seem like maybe a little insensitive, perhaps? I'm dead. There I go. Get eaten by the drones. So if we're about halfway through the game, I assume it's safe to say then that this game has probably about 2 hours of content, unless, you know, the difficulty's already getting up there. I suppose it's not impossible. Oh, that was lucky. I suppose it's not impossible that it just continually ramps up. I think I remember there being some fairly difficult spots in World 4 involving the flight mechanic. The little airplane engine arms. Oh, yeah, there's a bottomless pit down there. So see, you want to grapple... Well, dang it, you can't let go too soon. God, this is bad. I still don't want to give up, because So far, every obstacle that the game has thrown at me that I started to think was insurmountable, I was eventually able to do it. I don't wanna give up. I think I can do it. That's right. That's a roof. This is the real way forward. I don't even think there was Tang on those platforms. It doesn't make any sense for that to have been there. That one right there to the left did have Tang on it. So does this one. I don't think that first little cluster of platforms actually had any collectibles. So it doesn't make a terrible lot of sense to me why they're even there, if they're not necessary. I really hope that, like, as the game gets more difficult, there aren't just, like, a bunch of, like, intentional platforming red herrings. Oh my gosh. This is rough. Oh man. Okay. 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 Okay, bud. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I think I am moving ever so slightly with every jump. Just, okay, I hit the checkpoint. This is, I get the feeling this is not the intended way to go up this slope. Work. But I'm pretty sure that is not how they wanted you to do that. If it is, then, well, it's less than the best. Dang it. It's less than the best game design I've ever seen. I'll say that. Okay, that's clearly not the intended path. This is, though. Up here. Okay. I can't believe I ever said this game was anything close to good. It's clearly not. I think they've already reused every song so far. I mean, it's a game. What do you expect? Not every game can be Mega Man. Okay, cool. Love it. I love it. I don't. It's a joke. There's our key fragment though, so hopefully we're almost done with this. Okay. Let's try this. Go up here. I mean, I guess there's something to be said for how freeform you're able to approach a lot of the stuff in this game, but there's just so much, like, there's really a lot to dislike. Again, I'm not a culture expert, but I feel like maybe this is a little, I'm sure there's something here, you know? Like, just, like, keeping in mind, like, sort of where, you know, a lot of the ideas about orcs come from. Also, those flying things look a lot like bicycles. I know that's not really, in any way, relevant to the same, sort of topic, but they do sort of look like bionicles, don't they? Okay, let's control our momentum. Hopefully, yeah, just I don't know if we've probably heard this one before. I like it. I like this in particular. Really. Come on! Come on! broke it. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh no! The momentum, the way it works, is so inconsistent. Vertical momentum, horizontal momentum, it totally does not matter. There's virtually no consistency. Also, the idea of like a somewhat realistically proportioned human jumping on enemies' heads like Mario, and the enemies aren't cartoony themselves. They're like somewhat like clearly inspired. Oh, but like they clearly have a technological element to them. They're not simple, you know, pure fantasy things, right? I mean, they're not realistic, but you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's weird. That's what I'm trying to say. Having a thing that looks like a human bouncing around on weird bug robots' heads is weird. I ran out of gravity. Could you imagine if they just didn't have more grappling hook? If it just wasn't there? I could imagine. I would be completely unsurprised if at some point in this game there will be a point where you can just, I don't know if that's technically a soft lock, but you know, there's just a point in the game where you can put yourself in a position where you simply cannot progress. I would be absolutely unsurprised if it is possible to get in a situation like that. Also, I don't think there's any progress here. I think this is the wrong way. Is this the right way? Just go down? Yep, there's a checkpoint. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is our... yeah, that was probably it. The big grapple pit. You see, there's a floor there. Like, the quote-unquote bottomless pit is, like, purely... You know, like, I understand games. I know everything... Not everything has to, like, literally make perfect sense, right? But when it's so obvious, and then the thing that you're using to telegraph that the pit is quote-unquote bottomless is, like, not even really very clear of that. It's hard to, you know, I don't necessarily think it's it's like, oh, it's bad. Okay, how was that guy hiding in there? That's a pretty thin patch of floating ice. That doesn't make sense. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't have jumped. I should have known that would bring the platform out of the view of the camera. I think there's a platform. Okay. That worked. So it's happening again, you see. We're going from just the ice environment to more of a, you know, like there's some level of civilization here. We've got houses, little huts. It's certainly not as, I don't know, drastic a change as it was in Worlds 1 and 2, but you know, there's still a semblance of something. Okay. Oh jeez. That just every time that the game has you do something where oh, that was a time the game has you do something where they're clearly expecting you to... Oh my gosh. Like you need to be facing the right way. Anytime the game expects you to grab a ledge. It must be a floating platform, yeah. Nice. But like it's one thing to have ledge grabs as like, I guess a quality of life thing, right? It's one thing when the ledge grab is like, okay, you know, some of these jumps are a little weird. You know, not all of these jumps are perfect. You're probably going to miss them. So, in order to make it, you know, in order to mitigate some of the stress of inevitably missing jumps, you're gonna get a ledge grab. And that's gonna make it so that like you can still make jumps that oftentimes maybe it would be difficult to do so. Where is grappling hook? I need more grappling hook. It's all the way down. Love it. I love it. I love this game. I guess that's not really that far. It's like directly beneath it, but still, like, navigation, again, is not this game's strong suit. It makes me nervous every time. Every single time. I think the Tang is health. I think it is giving a health increase when I pick up Tang. That's the end of that level. So I assume this is going to be our 3D level. Oh gosh, I really don't remember this. Use the rooms to jump, gain height, get the key frame before fuel runs out. Okay, I did not press any button that indicated that I was done reading that. Okay. This is far from the best fake 3D it has to offer. So I assume that our glitch meter in this context is certain. I don't know if it's just a time limit, or if it also decreases if we take damage. That's really not really clear. I'm also not sure if the Tang serves as glitch fuel, or if it's purely collectibles. There's our key. I think that's been the shortest 3D level yet. Okay. Get our laser. That's so cool! It's cool every time. The visuals are cool, the sound effects are cool, this little spiral charge thing, it's all cool. It's great. I love it. Like in a weird way. Did I miss something? I just gotta use the games that shit. In a weird way. Like the momentum and stuff, like when it doesn't work well, it's awful. But like sometimes there's something weird about it, and sometimes like the game feel is good. It shouldn't be. Like it always feels like something's off here. But it's, I mean, it could be, it's entirely possible that it could just be nostalgia. I'm not even remotely opposed to admitting that that is, in all likelihood, a factor. And I'm dead. I love it. That was weird. It made the de-glitching sound effect, but I still kept my fish legs. This reminds me... This is essentially the... Oh my gosh, it is. It's the Zora transformation. That's all it is. It's this... This is Majora's Mask. We've been playing Majora's Mask the entire time, and I didn't even realize. There's definitely weird things going on with the sprites in this game. It feels like they made some shortcuts with the way they did sprite work. Like it seems like, oh, here's a new combination. Had to do this here. You know, the whole combination thing though, it's starting to kind of outstay its welcome. Because it's essentially the same thing every time. It's just, you have some kind of power-up that is upward momentum, and then you have your punch, which breaks through like rock barriers, and you have your laser, which breaks through the more like, I don't know, force field-y barriers. And every one of these jumping puzzles is essentially just some variation of that. And the only thing that changes is what ability you're using to get your vertical momentum, and then what ability you're using to break the obstacle. And that is it. I think I'm definitely being a little reckless. Also, that little projectile that those octopus fellows shoot out has absolutely no animation. Okay, it has like a degradation animation. See, here's... Okay, so this bothers me. So I'm taking a lot of damage because I'm going through fast. So like, the argument, right, I assume, it's the argument that I'm having internally, is I should slow down. I should take things slow and steady as to avoid risk. But the thing is, I'm on a time limit. And I don't just mean like in the sense like, oh, the game records your time at the end of the level. I mean, literally, in the top left corner, there is a time limit for whether or not I run out of fish ability. And if I run out of fish ability, I assume I drown, but I gotta use like the jet to propel me. That's cool. It's a little inconsistent. It's not really weird. Like it's actually, you know what? It's too fair. It's not unfair enough. I don't like that. I don't like the whole people come out of the grave thing. I was probably not supposed to fall that far. That's so cool. What is this thing called? What is that? I knew it was a spring pad. I just don't know what it's actually supposed to be. Like obviously, you know, given what things that look like that have been in previous levels, like I could tell based on context, that's gonna be a spring pad. But I don't know what it was actually supposed to, like, be. I wonder if charging the kids or if it's literally just a time limit. Oh, there's our mini-boss. I guess I hadn't even realized that we were almost at the end of this world. I'm not sure that I remember how to beat this guy. I have a feeling he's basically the same as the mini-boss from World 1. Oh no, you just punch him. You just punch him once and he's gone. Oh wow, I didn't notice that. There's like a little... Oh, but there's more than one, that's what it is. Okay, that's fair. Okay. There's a little green, like, shimmer animation. I could have sworn I was gonna die from that. This is a problem a lot of Game Boy Advance platformers have. Like, even even though there's like greater like fidelity, arguably there's more color variance than say, than for instance the NES or the Super Nintendo. You can do things that are quote-unquote more complex on the Game Boy Advance, but the actual resolution of the screen is much smaller. In fact, the vertical resolution of the 3DS is still smaller than the vertical resolution of the NES, a system that's like 35 years old or something now, or at least near that. And so the problem that a lot of Game Boy Advance platformers have is it's difficult to see, it's difficult to tell what's going to come at you from off-screen, because just the viewing window that you have of the level space is as small as it is. Which means a lot of these games, they have a lot of leaps of faith, they have... Oh my fucking god. Where the hell's the key? How far back is it? This could very well be the point where I give up. If this key isn't, like, right out here, this could definitely... Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that little cracked ice under our character there. What does that look like to you? I know what it looks like to me. Feel free to let me know what that looks like. I'm dead. I love it. Those flying things, they look like Bionicles. That's what they look like. To me, at least. I mean, I know, you know, they're essentially the same thing, aren't they? I'm sure that there's a LEGO fan out there who got upset at me for saying that. But essentially, they are, right? They're both LEGO action figures. It's a different execution of the idea. But they are both LEGO action figures, Galidors and Bionicles. That's another thing that LEGO fans get mad about. They don't like it when you pluralize things, because for some reason, everything LEGO makes, it's not Legos, it's LEGO. It's not Bionicles, it's just Bionicle. There's no need to pluralize it, it's already plural. But they do that with everything. So like, you know, there's no contrast. There's no reason for you to assume one or the other. I don't know. It's probably just BS. I don't think they ever made toys of these Yeti fellows. Oh, that cool. So that rock is just stuck there now. Oh, it kind of just moved on its own. So I assume those, geez. I assume those aspects of the obstacle are just like programmed independently, and that the rock will move after a set amount of time, regardless of whether the Yeti fellow is there to play his animation or not. Oh my gosh. Oh! It's so hard to get the timing right for that. Whoa! What happened there? Kinda swelled up. Strange. I'm not even sure if the timing is consistent on that. It doesn't seem consistent, that's for sure. I love that they have that little like after effect thing, right? Where you got little shadows of yourself behind you. It seems to only be with the what do you call it? What are words? Oh, I know what to do. have a basic idea of what to do. So, straight up. Almost. Come on. I assume I'm supposed to get the laser. Ouch. And once I have the laser, I'll shoot the ice. Do it though. Although, given solutions to previous puzzles in this game, I'm probably doing it exactly right. It's just the natural chain of You're just supposed to like hit it. Oh, that's cool. That almost gets us up there. Come on, hit the ceiling. It's trying to damage boost into it. Oh, we're gonna die. Nice. You just stay completely still until the drones can get you. Cool. Game. So that's undodgeable, if that happens. So why can't I dash in the water? It is still water, isn't it? Look at this guy. I want to see him do the thing. There he is, that face. Throwing a tantrum. So I really can't think of a way to do it other than just damage boosting into that ice at the right time. There we go. That's what I did. And now we just hope that it works, I guess. Okay, so now we have a strategy at least. I don't know how... Gosh! I don't know how effective it's going to be. So he shoots to the side. Now he's going to shoot up. Go up. Damage boost, and we don't get... Gosh. Shoots at the wrong side. Throws his tantrum. Shoots to the side. Now he's gonna shoot up. Go. Get into the fish. Off the ice. Get hit. Get more fish. Dodge that ice. Throw his tantrum. Get fish power. The next time we do damage boost, we're probably gonna die. There's his tantrum. He shoots to the side. He shoots up. Go up. Damage boost, and we don't get... Hey, wait a second. We have the laser. What are we doing? And we're dead. That would have been victory, though. Is this really the intended strategy? Did they really make a boss that you have to damage boost to actually beat it? Is that something that someone would ever actually intentionally do? Or am I just completely misunderstanding how this boss fight is supposed to be done? Do his tantrum. Shoot to the side. Shoot up. Damage boost. Fish. Shoot. One more fish. Get out of the way quick. Get hit anyway. Okay. Get hit by that. Go up. Ice. I assume his tantrum is what respawns the ice. It takes it, it looks like. Is that it? Yeah! Gosh. That was awful. Not necessarily in the sense of it being like, oh my gosh, it's impossible, but in the sense of like, if that is actually the intended strategy, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I know I said at the beginning I didn't want jokes made about the name of this level, but it really, it's prophetic. It's absolutely prophetic. We have our techno, our transhumanist techno-illegalist protagonist. We have, oh my gosh, we have Keck drones. Oh man. Oh my gosh. It's all true, all of it. So yeah, this is our like factory/military bunker level. I'm so overwhelmed by the clear political commentary of 2002's Galidor for the Game Boy Advance. It's subtle, but it's true. Oh, it's ridiculous. That's my problem. Oh my gosh. Look at that! What could that be? What could that be? What is that formation of rocks meant to represent? I'm sure it's just supposed to be a crack. I'm sure that's all it is. It's just a crack in the rocks. It's nothing more suggestive than that. Couldn't possibly. I'm just corrupted. Now imagine what had to happen to get that rock formation like that, you know? Oh my gosh, it's just what is that part of it on the right? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, that's death. So now we know those little black spikes. Hang on, let me check something. Okay, that's not the same thing. They've got two separate signifiers now for bottomless pits. Two completely different things in the same level, which represent the same gameplay element. I love it. I love consistency. The thing that this game absolutely does not have. It's great. It's great. It needs to be, oh my gosh, it needs to be preserved. Not really. It ain't that deep, as the children say. Adults say it too. But like, as much as this is clearly not, you know, anything worthy, as if it needs to be worthy necessarily, but you know, this isn't anything that special, is what I'm trying to say. It's just a silly Lego video game about a sci-fi television series that no one really cares about or should, But it is still disappointing that, like, even with, like, things like Virtual Console and stuff, right, there's still games, obviously, that aren't going to be re-released on platforms like that. And so, like, without, you know, emulation, you know, how are games like this gonna survive other than just, like, a handful of people who happen to have cartridges laying around of this game that I can't imagine could have sold very many copies, let alone shipped. That's death. It's such a zeitgeist. Oh, different paths. It's like Sonic. And our protagonist is blue. Oh, this is kind of annoying, actually. So, because we failed that, we actually get arguably better level design. Maybe not better level design, but, you know, like, we actually get obstacles instead of just... Oh, that's interesting, too, because, like... Because the game scores you on how many tangs you get. So, if you go certain paths, is it just not possible to get all the tangs? I definitely remember this now. This I think is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned, oh, almost at the end of the level, I assume. Unless this is one of the few levels where they actually went through the trouble of hiding the key fragment, unlike many of the other levels so far. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's great. That's great. I wonder how the game even decides what order it's going to replace the abilities in. I wonder if there's what the logic is there. Is it totally random? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. This is scary. I love it. I love leaps of faith. At least, shoot. At least with these, there's the tang there to sort of give you some level of understanding of where you're going. Some level. Just a little bit. But I still really don't like it. What is this? Oh my gosh, he still dies in one hit just like everyone else. But he looked cooler. Something. There's something in this game. I don't know if it's any good, but there's something. Oh, okay. That thing is invulnerable when it calls out. Iris will remember that. That was a Telltale's The Walking Dead joke, I think. That's what that's from, right? I've never actually played the game. I just know the memes. I don't play, you know, actually culturally important games like Telltale's The Walking Dead. I play shitty Game Boy Advance games from 15 years ago and tried to apply some revisionist cultural understanding to them. Okay. Apparently, when he has a grappler, he loses the ability to do his breakdance here. What is the point of this? What is this? Oh my gosh. I bet I'm going the wrong way. It doesn't seem like that should be something that you're able to do, enter the wall, just like completely from the side like that. I bet that this is the wrong way. Anything down there? Something. I don't know if it's something good, but something. Oh, I just remembered another shitty Game Boy game. I'm compiling, you know, because I'm planning on, like, oh my gosh, I bet this is so far back. Because I'm planning on doing a lot of different stuff. Oh yeah, that was not the intended path. I, like, went in a circle. I have, like, a folder. Okay, I'm not gonna go that direction this time, because clearly that the frog ability is not my forte. I have like a folder of a bunch of different Game Boy Advance games that I put in this series. A lot of them are, it's probably equal parts right now, like a three-way split between cruddy RPGs, Lego games, because that's all I played when I was a kid, and like movie tie-ins. I think there's a decent number of, although some of the movie tie-in games I think I've actually decided are just so cruddy that I don't even really want to play them. I'm losing my train of thought. I am not entirely sober right now. That's probably why I did this in the first place. If I was completely sober, I probably wouldn't have been able to convince myself to stream video games. You know, the most stressful task that our generation experiences. That's a joke. Please don't think I'm actually fucking stoking any level of legitimate fucking generational bullshit. It's completely a joke. Oh, that's death. I love it. I love this level design. It's so clear. You always know where you're going. You always know where you're supposed to be going. It's great. I love it. It's not. There's Tang. Okay. Oh, why was I using the grappling hook here before? You just use the frog and it takes care of everything for you. Oh, that's cool. You can kick twice in the air before you, you know, are sort of forced into a standstill. Yes, I don't know. Video game terms. The game is sort of getting to the point. Oh, I remember where my train of thought went. I have a folder of games, and I just remembered one. The Spider-Man Game Boy Advance games. Those I remember. I don't remember if they were good or not, but I remember that they exist. Which surely must count for something. I am going backwards, I think. Is this forwards, or is this death? That's, well, it might be forwards. Okay, the game started me out facing left, I think. So I think this is the intended path. Platform? Yes. Ooh, key. I don't know if that is what that is, but when picking up the key, there's definitely like a scratch, like a you know, there's a bad audio thing happening. I think I remember this 3D level. Yep, I remember this. So the reason I remember this is because I'm pretty sure on like the iPod Nano or the early iPod Touch maybe, or maybe just it was on like a specific generation of iPod Classics, but there was like a quote-unquote 3D breakout game that had very similar pseudo 3D visuals to this, I think, is why I remember this one more so than the others. It could also be because it's difficult. Never mind, that... Okay, is it just me, or did the 3D levels throughout the game actually get significantly easier as it went on? Because that level was only 40 seconds. I'm pretty sure that they went like a minute and a half, a minute 20, a minute, and now 40 seconds. Like, the difficulty curve of this game is kind of all over the place. I'm honestly surprised that I've been able to get through as much of it as I have without much problem. Because I remember this game, you know, being somewhat difficult, especially in the navigation aspect. But we're probably going to finish it. Oh, yikes. Dang it. Dang. I once again completely lost my train of thought. The game is... oh, right, the game's difficulty curve is weird. Because, again, it's sort of always... I just kind of bumped my desk, I don't know if that was audible. The game is always... it's always doing the same puzzle. It's always doing that same get height, break barrier. And that's basically what every puzzle in this game is. Also, weird thing, the barriers that you break stay broken when you die. They don't come back. That's strange. It's like Dark Souls. The enemies come back, but like if you break barriers and things, it's permanent, you know? You're making, even if you die, you're making gradual progress throughout the level. You know? It's like in Dark Souls 2. You light the torches, and the torches stay lit. But if you kill the enemies, those come back, you know? Essentially, what I'm saying is Galidor is the Dark Souls of shitty LEGO Game Boy Advance games. You know, it's also got a similar control scheme. You know, you assign your different weapons to the L and the R buttons. When you interact with the world, you jump, you know, using the face buttons. You know, it's using the same kind of control scheme that only really works when you're using a gamepad. It doesn't really work if you're using a keyboard, you know? And that's why the Game Boy Advance, you know, doesn't have mouse and keyboard controls in the same way that, you know, Dark Souls, you know, has very poor mouse and keyboard controls, but you can kind of force it if you want to. You see, like, I'm like way into like deep bullshit at this point. It's thematic, you know, that they're using the music from the first level in the final level, I assume, before what will be the boss fight. Because, like, this is where we fight Tager. That's a character I remember because I thought he was kind of creepy. He almost looks like a mechanical Cthulhu monster, I guess. And he's sort of like Gorm's like major. I don't know if it's ever come up at any point, but Gorm is the main villain. Maybe at this point, anyone who's watching this on YouTube or something might have just forgotten. Gorm. His henchman is Tager, his main dude. And Tager's the boss of this level. I remember that much. So I assume that after this, we're just gonna go and fight Gorm. There's also... I'm glad that I'm probably gonna finish this game, because we can see sort of the final bonus thing that this game has in it. I don't remember if you just get it for beating the game, or if you need to get a certain completion percentage to unlock it, but there is something special that happens after the credits that I think is going to be really cool if we get it, but again, I don't know if it's... I I don't know if it's like an optional goal or if it's just something you get for beating the game. I hope you get it no matter what, because I don't plan on going back through any of these levels and trying to find more Tang or whatever they want me to do, or like get, you know, the time trials. That's not happening. Once we see the credits, we're moving on to a different game next time. So if we don't get to see the special bonus area, it's really not a huge deal to me. It's interesting that they really only use the charge. Also, that affects the pallets of all nearby enemies. It's interesting that they only seem to use the charge for obstacles, and that it doesn't seem to really make a difference in how you use the weapon against enemies. It's just a one-hit kill no matter what. I wonder what the mini-boss in this level is. I don't remember at all. Granted, I don't even really remember any of the mini-bosses other than the one on the first world. But I especially don't remember this. I assume just because it's towards the end of the game. That's cool. That, you know, just kind of hopping from dude to dude. But again, it's still weird. It's like Mario Bros. This slide attack is really bad. What am I supposed to do now? Go over here and... It's best not to think about it. It's best not to think about the level design. It's clearly just a nonsense maze. It's just got trash everywhere. You just move around. You hope the level takes you where you're supposed to go. I bet the key is going to be at the end of this platforming section. Dead? No. Dead? No. Close. Dead? Looks like to the left now. Missed it. Get as close to the edge of this bouncer as we can. Grab on, slide. Oh, that's right, these guys you can't slide. And at the final level of the game, other than what I assume will just be the last boss, I still haven't even figured out that you can't slide into the flying enemies. Why even would you be able to? They're flying. They can just go over you. Oh, that's... I thought there was a melee attack, but I guess that was a projectile. Too late. I don't... There doesn't really... So the red things, you have to charge to break through. And I knew that, just from having played the game as a kid. You know, I remembered that was an element of the game. But it doesn't really make sense. There doesn't really seem to be any point to having to charge the gun to open certain barriers and not others. I'm dead. Cool. How far back am I? Pretty dang. I don't know. Oh, I know where I am. This is fairly far back. It's not huge, but this is definitely a problem. I know a couple people were here for a few seconds. I wish they'd stuck around so I could get some interaction, you know, instead of just trying to come up with bullshit. Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I love it when things that make sense happen. That didn't make sense. I don't know why I died there. Let's try and take the high road this time, because clearly that worked out better. Okay. Okay. I don't want to give up because this is, I believe, the last level before the final boss, but it's really trying my patience. I assume the reason that we died there is because of the weird momentum. Like, that's weird momentum. Never mind. That's good momentum. That was... Oh, I actually don't really like that it records which pickups you get. Because once you've picked up the tank, you don't really have any idea of where you're supposed to be going, because, you know, like, that's what they use, like, collectibles for in games like this, is to help you with pathfinding in unfamiliar areas. And I guess the argument is, well, once you've been through the area, shouldn't you know how to do it? But when the checkpoints are spaced this far apart, you really, it's, I mean, I don't want to say you can't, but it's certainly difficult. Wow, even the barriers stay down. I mean, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense that the force field barriers would stay down, because they function the same as the, like, stone barriers. It's just the manner in which you remove them. That's basically the only thing. And I'm dead. Cool. Love it. And that's not even the only thing. There's so much more in the way. Momentum platforming, we have our little run and gun section, and then we have at least 2 sliding platforming things. And then maybe we have our shortcut, or there I go again. Maybe we have a checkpoint, or maybe we're just sticking bumped. I know it's the final level, so it completely makes sense that people would be throwing stuff like this at us. I'm not saying that this is necessarily unfair, because it makes sense that the final level would be difficult. At the same time, it does seem kind of bullshit, to be honest. Okay, here's our run and gun section. Missed that. So that I don't think it matters. I don't think the game scores you on how many enemies you take in. I assume if it did, it would keep track of whether or not you killed each enemy. Try and take it as slow as possible. Obviously, it's like a... Fuck! Obviously, it's an auto-scroller, essentially, because you're just going down the slope. So it's not like you can really take it slow. You're kind of forced to just move at the whims of the, it's that weird momentum. It's one of those things. I'm sure that someone, you know, who's a more elite gamer than my plebeian self could better explain. I don't get it. Could better explain why the momentum in this game is weird, but I don't really know how, other than just sometimes you move forward and you move forward slow, and sometimes you move forward and you move forward fast. It's like... It's like how in Mario Odyssey, when you start moving, there's a little bit, or like Mario Odyssey is a good example, but because it's a 3D platformer with really complex movement, it's a little harder for me to really explain it. But like Pokemon, for instance, when you move your character in Pokemon, you know, there's sort of 2 stages of movement. If you just tap the D-pad, you just change direction. You don't actually have any... You don't move. I mean, obviously in this game you do. Because, you know, it's a platformer instead of just like a grid-based RPG. But when you move, you know, but like just changing direction and actually moving are like different states depending on whether you just tap the D-pad or you give it a press or you hold it. It's different. And this game kind of has that thing going on, and it feels like there's like several different states of movement that you're moving between depending on whether or not, depending on how long you hold the D-pad down, essentially. People think Super Meat Boy is hard. People think I Want to Be the Blank is hard. I say blank not because like censorship, but because there's like a million games about wanting to be the something. You know, there's I Want to Be the Guy, which I believe is the classic original. There's Bashi, there's Kill the Camellia. You see, I know some of these things. I know some, you know, some hard platformers that you can speedrun. I wouldn't play any of them because they don't look very fun to me. Like, Kill the Camellia just seems to be a bunch of empty rooms with spikes in them. And that doesn't look very fun to me. I'm sure for someone who enjoys just absolutely raw platforming action in its most difficult forms would be all over it. But I like a little more abstract stuff in my games. I like to put a laser cannon on my Lego man. I like to turn my robot flying things into static electricity and have a weird glitchy sound. I like for my character to have a plastic backpack and baggy pants and a really, really bad haircut. Like, if your protagonist has a good haircut, sorry, can't do it. Can't play that game. Gotta have a bad haircut. Otherwise, you know, like good haircuts aren't relatable, you know? You can't get a good haircut where I'm at. And so if, you know, if your protagonist has a good haircut, I mean, it's just bourgeois nonsense. Oh, I remember this guy, actually. Not strictly in the sense of, you know, oh, jeez, this is weird. Okay. Oh, yikes. He's better? Yeah, he's better. Medium? Low? Medium? Okay. Low? High? Medium? Low? Crawl? Jump? Dead! Love it! Got close though. I wonder if this guy's gonna drop the key or if I missed it. High, medium, low, high, medium, low. I like that they have predictable patterns. That's something about retro games. You know? Yes, this is retro. I'm sorry for all the phobies out there. I'm one of you. But yes, this is a retro game now. Not dead? How many hits do you take? I'm 90% sure that a toy of this character does exist. I don't think I've ever seen it, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures. I don't think I've ever seen a physical thing. I don't know why I'm taking damage to this thing. It has a really odd this pattern. Probably just because the game's jank. Ow. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Ooh. I didn't know that. Okay. Focus. Focus. Saying focus out loud is not a form of focusing. I'll be here all week. No, I won't. I go years without putting out content on my own. This could be the only stream I do for the next century. Got him! God. That's a throwback. When's the last time someone said got him? And again, the key is right next to the exit. What is even the point? 20 minutes! That's been the longest level so far. That's unsurprising, though. And now Tager. Sounds like Tigger. That is his name, right? Tager? Yeah, Tager. Once you're out of the way, nothing will stop Gorm from ruling the outer dimension. Clinch powers will stop you. Oh, jeez. I assume the goal is to get him to hit the wall. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Goes in the ground. Goes in the ground. Right here. Dang. Okay, we need to stop getting quite so close. Okay, that should be good. Okay, maybe that's not the strat. What am I trying to do? He doesn't take head damage, does he, after that? What is this fella's weakness? And of course, you know, just as the previous fights. The ceiling. Breakable. Okay. Go on the floor, sir. Thank you. Okay, so if we do it diagonal, it breaks. That's how we are. Glad we figured that out, though. I don't know how long my patience would last without just stacking. Oh, fuck this guy. Five hits, I assume? Hits? No, only 5. I think that's how many times I did. 6? 6. I think. There is Tager. So now Now the moment of truth. Is there actually a fifth world, or is it just the fight with Gorn? Which I assume takes place in Galidor. Oh, hey, look! Thanks, Nick. I thought I'd never see you again. You know, it's funny, because I was starting to wonder, because you've been gone for the entire game so far. That's a weird green background. That's very late 90s, early 2000s. It's like an Earthbound Valley visual. Like I said, I know. That was definitely the character dynamic between those two in the show. I'm glad they didn't do too much of that in this game, because that was they definitely got on each other's nerves, and that was kind of their entire relationship in the show. So there's Gorn. Cool purple fellow. That's the goal here. Okay. What? They look different from the other drones. So it is extremely not clear. Okay, that's all. That's all. That's it. Jesus. Okay. That wasn't clear, but alright. And we're dead. Oh cool, they just mirror his sprite. Again, a lot of cost saving measures. Get that. I'm not sure how you're supposed to dodge that, but okay. I'm really not sure how you're supposed to dodge any of this right now. Okay, okay, that's why the drones are different, because the bat drones are the ones he sends out. The bug drones are him. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, so is it separate? Okay, now I'm confused because the bug drones come even though I thought he was the bug drones. Whatever. Makes sense how somehow again, you know, it's the thematic mirror effect. So the first level has the same theme as the final. First level, do you need to shoot that back at him? So the first level has the same music as the final level. The final boss fight has the same music as the opening. It's a mirror. Do we have to shoot his lasers back? That's not an attack I wanted to use. Come on. Use your lasers. we're supposed to do. It looks kind of like a gunman or something. I'm pretty sure the toy looked pretty different. I'm pretty sure the toy was basically all black except for the chest. It was like bottom thing. Oh, I see. We can use those as cover, except now they're gone. To do phase 1 without getting hit. I still don't even know how to damage phase 2. Oh. I'm clearly still missing that, because this is obviously... I know what to do. But the thing is, clearly I'm thinking damage boosting is not the way I'm supposed to do the fight against the blue guy. Because I know essentially what I'm supposed to do. And the awful thing is, I'm not sure that I would even know to figure out, like with a walkthrough do it. Oh my gosh! Oh. We can, once we start going up, we can swim. That's what it is. We can swim, so we dash, and then we press A to swim. Cable that we broke to damage him. So that's how we were supposed to. That's how we were supposed to do the previous one. Okay, so I don't think that hurt him for whatever reason. Oh, we're dead. Cool. So we weren't supposed to damage boost, we were supposed to swim up and get the laser by pressing A after we dash with B, which I don't think was ever something that the game communicated to us, or maybe I'm just bad, that's a possibility too, certainly. Okay, so now I know how to do this. Very trial and error. It's definitely. I know there's probably some people who don't like the idea of getting these on retro, but they definitely appeal to those same sensibilities. They also have about as much slowdown as, say, GBA, for instance. Still got some health left, but I don't think I remember. Oh no! So they really have to use everything. Is it just flying around and punching? Is it just... just flying around and punch him. He still has his same... Still goes invincible in the same ways that he did. He's still invincible. He's not in standing animation. But you can just punch him. Just fly around and punch him. That's all you gotta do. Okay. Come on. BS. I got hit twice. No! Muscle memory for the different phases. I don't think phase 3 is going to be that difficult. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it's not as difficult to figure out as phases 1 and 2. I think the main difficulty with phase 3 is just going to be it's not easy to control the jet power-up. After he uses this... Okay. So you just stick around under him. So he's going to use his drones. So I'm sure he'll follow him. So he's hit 2. I assume he won't follow this time. Oh, I'm dead. God damn it. I wasn't paying attention to the meters. Even in the final boss fight, it's still just the same thing. They're expecting you to do it all at once, but it's still just that same gameplay of use one ability to gain vertical height and use a second ability to damage something. Only this time, instead of being buried by something, but it's the same exact gameplay. I guess if anything, you can laud them for consistency, but it's the same thing. Like, the things that they're doing in this game consistently been the exact same thing. There's been virtually no change. And the main area in which the game gets more difficult is not in its mechanical complexity, but just in how far the game expects you to go between each check. That's the main thing that affects the difficulty actually. Not what the game actually expects you to do, but how long the game expects you to do it before they make you start over when you die. Are you going to use your screen light? Okay. It's Galidor's screen light. Wow, is that like an environmentalist message? He's literally using trash itself as a weapon. Surely that's not just like, whatever assets developers had laying around. Obviously, this is an intentional message. What this stuff to our planet? This game has controls. It has controls. Is that it? Is that it? No? No? That is not it. 5 or 6. Is it 5 or 6 hits? That's it. That's it. Oh, got Gordon. He's dead. We will meet again, Nicholas Bluetooth. We will meet again. I doubt it. You know, I made a joke about Galidor being heaven, but with these stained glass windows, I mean, come on. Seems to be literally what the game is about. Did I make that joke? It was in my head. I don't know if I actually said it out loud now that I think about it. And there's our egg. The key to Galidor. Wow, those are probably the worst sprites in the game so far. Galidor. Wow. You can tell it's Galidor because he said it out loud. If he hadn't said that, you wouldn't have known unless you watched the show. Gorm's lair completed. Let's watch the credits, because I assume, I'm pretty sure that the extra is not available unless you watch these. Let's see if I recognize any of these names. Probably won't. There's like, oh my gosh, you know, like, Vert did the soundtrack for this, you know, but like, there's no way I recognize a single one of these names. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the entire... Oh no, here's some more people. More people I don't recognize. Tom Painter, artist. Mark Ortiz. I'll have to look that up, see if this guy did anything else. Mark Ortiz. Scott Gillette. Package product, huh? I guess that's a bad joke. I'm not even gonna say it out loud. Liz Simpson. I wonder if any of these names are fake. I wonder if any people are like, oh my gosh, this game is so bad, I don't want my name on it. Like, it's not that bad though. It's bad, but it's not the worst thing. It's alright. It's a third-party Game Boy Advance game, licensed for a Lego TV show. And it's basically what you'd expect. So here's the bonus level. Lego bricks. Literal Lego bricks. No nonsense. No world. No silly stuff. It's just Lego bricks. That's all you need. That's all you need to have a good time. You don't need these action figures. You don't need... You don't need like interchangeable limbs. Many figures already have those. All you gotta do is just get some Lego bricks together. You wanna make Nicholas Bluetooth? Just make him out of Lego bricks. All this nonsense. You know, just imagine that the Lego bricks are making a water jet. You know, you don't need it to literally make the water jet. I'm not sure I know where I'm going. It is entirely possible. Possible that this level is basically just a sandbox and you're not actually... Oh, there was. And I got it. That was really fast. So what's this thing? I assume this is like bonuses? Apparently I didn't get the first or the second one, but I've got the third. Or maybe I don't. I don't know what these are. Maybe they're like cheats or something. 2-player. Okay, if I had to guess, this is probably just taking turns. Yeah, player 1, get ready. Okay, so yeah, it's just taking turns. Options menu. This is what we've got. Difficulty. Difficulty settings the whole time. Lots of language settings. pressing B. I keep forgetting the X. Yeah, that's everything. What was that guy's name? Mark Ortiz? I'm gonna look that up real quick. See. Mark Ortiz. Music. Madden. Oh, because EA, yeah. Composer profile, Mark Ortiz, SNESmusic.org. A Bug's Life for the Super Game Boy, it looks like. Bunch of sports stuff, Super Game Boy Hercules. I assume that's what SGB means. Pocahontas. Bunch of sports games. Let's see. Mark Ortiz discography on Rate Your Music. Dulcimer and Vocal LP. Dulcimer. Oh, it's from 1975, though. I highly doubt it's the same person. It's not impossible, I guess, but I doubt it. Video Game Music Preservation Foundation. Sports games, Pocahontas, Toy Story, Hunchback of Notre Dame. So a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of sports stuff. Small Soldiers, haven't heard of that. Rugrats, sports, Bob the Builder. Robot Wars, Metal Mayhem. Naughty, a lot of kids games. Galidor is a kids game, I guess. That's not ironic. I'm literally saying that is what it is. It looks like, wow, it looks like that was the last game he worked on. I don't see anything past that. Yeah, it was the last game that he appears to have done was Galidor. Before that, it was Ace Lightning, Lego Soccer. Again, a lot of movie tie-in games for kids and things. Known for his work with Tiertex. Notable for being one of the very few composers who bothered creating additional Super Game Boy soundtracks. So I assume because the Super Game Boy, you know, being an add-on for the Super Nintendo, was able to, you were able to program more complicated music for it. But a lot of people just, you know, because who's going to be playing on a Super Game Boy for any reason other than just to play it on the TV? People didn't do it. But this guy with Tiertex did. That is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, this is now Iris looks at the wikis for music instead of actually playing games. John Hancock. SMS. What is SMS? Sega Master System. Worked on a lot of Master System games, including Miss Pac-Man. Golf. A lot of sports games. Again, this is a third-party publisher. Lego Island. Lego Racers 2 on the PC. That's not even the Game Boy version. These are the PC versions of these games. Interesting. Mark Tate. Worked on mostly Commodore 64 games, it looks like. Stopped working with Tiertex in 1990, it appears. Mike Davies. A lot of movie tie-in games again. Strider 2 on the Amiga. Both of the Striders. Huh. Donald Campbell. Gauntlet on the Master System. Star Wars. Is anyone actually watching this crap? No. Thank goodness. Wow. Tiertex still around? Tiertex was one of the most secretive UK-based game developers, as most of their games lacked credits. They continue to develop games. I don't know how accurate this wiki is, how frequently this has been updated. Last edited February 6th, 2015. Tiertex Design Studios. Still around. What have they been up to? According to Wikipedia, nothing since 2003. Carrera Power Slide is the most recent thing listed on their Wikipedia page. Notorious for having developed a number of poor quality home ports of arcade games. Interesting. They still have a website. Oh, never mind. It's expired. So I assume that information from 2015 on the Video Game Music Preservation Foundation is not correct, because it appears that they have in fact not done anything since 2003, and their what do you call it? Their website is defunct. So that's unfortunate. Oh well, what can you do? I think that's going to be it. Let me just check real quick. What sorts of things can we expect in future? What other games have we got? Lego Bionicle, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, the Game Boy Advance port of Wing Commander 5, I think it was, Prophecy, Shining Soul, which is a spin-off of the Shining Force series. It's more of a roguelite than I think Shining Force is more of a strategy game. The movie tie-in for Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. There's all kinds of stuff here. And I'm only finding more. It's going to be great. No one's going to watch it. It's going to be great. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's almost midnight. Stay good. Have nice. Yes.